Well, we know Hanukkah, which is going to fall now in the end of Kislev, is known as a time of rededicating the temple. From the word, the shorish of Hanukkah, right, is chet nun chaf, the chanech, to dedicate, to establish. But the word chanoch is also related to the word of education. And there's a major theme of Hanukkah about education. Even the story of children spinning the dreidel, the sivivon, to hide the fact that they're learning Torah from the locals, right, from the Yevanim at the time. So there's a message embedded within the Hanukkah story about education. There's traditional history, Rav Eliyahu Kitov brings in Sefer HaToda'ah about rabbinic leaders going to various communities, specifically during Hanukkah, to teach about this idea of chinuch, of educating our youth. So there's a lot of connections between Hanukkah and education. Now, the tribe associated with the month of Kislev is the Shevet Binyamin. And there's some deep links between Binyamin and the idea of chinuch, of education, that I'd like to explore with you right now for the month of Kislev. We know a pasuk from Mishlei, a well-known pasuk, or part of the pasuk, says, Chanoch l'nar al pi darko. We're meant to educate the youth, a teenager, the na'ar is an older child, according to his way, his or her derech. Not the path of the parents, not the expectations that the parents have, but according to the way of that child who is figuring out what their path is in this world. And that's a very, very significant paradigm in how we understand how to educate the next generation, right? Every person has their own special, unique path, their talents, their strengths, their interests, and that is what should be encouraged for them to explore and move forward on in their path in life. And similarly, another pasuk with the word derech, I think really correlates well with this, and also in Mishlei, where it says, B'chol drachecha de'ehu, v'hu yasher ochotecha. Hashem tells us, in all the ways, in all your drachim, in all your paths in life, no matter what career choices you make, no matter who your friends are, no matter what that derech might be for you and your children, in all those paths, you can still know God. And if the path's a little crooked, Hashem will straighten it out for you. There's a concept that there's shlosha shutafim b'bnei adam. There's three partners in creating a person in this world, and perhaps also in raising that person, right? We know HaKadosh Baruch Hu, a father and a mother. So at a certain point, as parents, we are told, let go and let your child find their path. Hashem is with that child, right? Hashem can be known to that child on any derech that he or she chooses, and Hashem will straighten out their path. This can be seen very deeply by the story of Binyamin. We know that Rachel Imeinu in Parshat Vayishlach passes away at the time of the birth of Binyamin. And many people talk about Rachel Imeinu, that she's passed away and she's buried baderech, on the way. But this also means that Binyamin is born baderech. He symbolizes this idea of being in a transition, on a journey. Rachel Imeinu, the Midrash tells us, and it's obviously based on the Psukim in Yirmiyahu, that Rachel Imeinu is crying over our children when we go into Galut, when we go into exile. And there's an idea that Rachel symbolizes all mothers. Really, in her merit, all of the Shiftei Yisrael were eventually born. And she's the epitome of a mother. And in a certain way, perhaps Binyamin also symbolizes a child. A child is born on a baderech. A child is born with their maslul, their path to take wherever it might be. And what's encouraging, similar to the message of B'chol drachecha de'ehu, in every path you can know God, is the bracha given by Moshe Rabbeinu to Shevet Binyamin, to the tribe of Binyamin in Devarim. He says, Hashem yishkon levetach halav. Hashem will dwell securely with this Binyamin, right, with this tribe, and perhaps with all the children of Am Yisrael, really. Technically, it's referring to the Beit HaMikdash, but on this level of understanding, it's, I think, giving us the message that no matter what path a child chooses, our job is to encourage them to develop and to love them. This idea of loving our child is also something that we learn very deeply from Binyamin himself. When Yehuda is telling Yosef in Parshat Vayigash why Binyamin can't come, and Yehuda explicitly says, because Yaakov, our father, loves him so much, and he also continues to say, and v'nefesh v'nafsho k'shura b'nafsho, and his soul is very connected, is bonded with his soul. That the parent-child bond is so strong. And in the book Bosar HaMelachim by Rav Dan Tzomkin, he talks extensively about this exact phrase. He says, Nafsho kshora benafsho. He uses a cute acronym, NKN, N for nafsho, right? Kshura with a K, and nafsho, and NKN. It's like the new catchphrase. How do we raise our youth of this generation? We love them. We love them, we love them, we love them. And he talked extensively about this idea throughout the book of NKN, Nafsho Kshura Benafsho. This is the secret of chinuch for our teenagers. Perhaps there's chinuch for a younger age, but our teenagers, it's about love. It's about filling the home with joy, having a warm place, an open ear without criticism or judgment, playing music, dancing together, joking together, having laughter and fun in a warm home. This is the essence of building a relationship of chinuch for teenagers. And this also very much relates to Chanukah. We know the mitzvah is ner ish ubeito. We learn in Gemara Shabbos. The bayit, the home is the place for the Chanukah focus. It's a place for chinuch to happen in the home. As much as we can send our kids off to whatever schools and whatever institutions, it's what happens in the home that really creates the bond and the connection with our teenagers as they continue in this transition from childhood to adulthood. And this is the message that we can see in the flames of the Chanukiah. We know when we sing, we light the Chanukah candles and we sing Kol Shmonat Yemei Chanukah, Hanerot Halalu Kodesh Hem, right? These are holy candles. Ve'en lanu reshut l'shtamesh behen, ela lerotan bilvad. We have no permission to use them. It's not meant to light up the room. The candles aren't meant to be for our benefit. We are meant to just enjoy them. Enjoy the beauty of the light. And of course, to praise Hashem for all the nisim and niflaot, the wonders that Hashem has done for us. And there's a beautiful song by Hanan Ben Ari called Hayeladim Halalu, a play on the words from this tefillah, this prayer. And he says, our children are like these flames. We don't have permission to use them. We don't have permission litachzev behem, to be disappointed by them. That's what are we to be disappointed? It's not for our benefit. Rak le'ehov bilvad, just love them. Just love them. That is our singular job as parents to do, is to love our children, to love our grandchildren as they are, whatever path they might choose. So on this Chag of Chanukah, this time of education, we emphasize us on Chanoch L'Na'ar Al Pi Darko, celebrating every child, teenager, young adult alike as a dancing, beautiful flame to be cherished, to be enjoyed. Just as much as they are a Yedid Hashem, a friend to God, beloved by Hashem, so too they're beloved by us as they are. A holy soul on a unique derech. And it's our job to enjoy the journey.